So here's a question that we have to entertain now that we have President-elect Donald J. Trump. What's the future of the Democratic Party? Well, it was a humiliating defeat yesterday. They should be embarrassed. They should be ashamed. They should all get out of politics immediately. But thankfully, I have the answer as to where the Democratic Party is going to go from here. Now, understand, I'm not talking about the actual establishment Democrats. I'm not talking about the people who are already insiders. They're lost causes. I think they're going to roll over at every turn. I think the Republicans are definitely going to roll over at every turn, even though they pretended like, I'm not really for Trump. They're already genuflecting at the altar of power. George H.W. Bush, Mitt Romney, these are people who reportedly voted against him in the election. They already said, congratulations, President Trump. They're going to genuflect at the altar of power. So the Republicans are going to roll over. The Democrats are going to roll over. The establishment Democrats, the politicians, they're going to roll over. Of course they're going to roll over. They always did. They always will. They did it with Ronald Reagan. They did it with George W. Bush. This idea of a unified, stronger left under President Donald Trump is bullshit. But I'm here to tell you to steal a line, ironically, from President Obama. You are the change you're waiting for. We are the change we're waiting for. Ain't nobody else going to come in here and say, oh, you know what, I'm going to clean this all up. I'm going to be the actual tough progressive that gets shit done. No, that's you. That's you watching this show right now. You know, you're a millennial and, you know, you're like, I'm not sure what I really want to do in my life. I am into politics, but it's kind of hard to run for office. Don't you think everybody says that before they run for office? Has there ever been a single person, other than Hillary Clinton and the general, who went, I got this shit on lock, running for mayor, running for city council, running for whatever? It doesn't happen. Everybody's like, what am I doing? I'm running for office? This is crazy. Well, take the leap. Make a move. Because now the country is in dire straits. I thought we were in dire straits either way, because if Hillary Clinton wins, disastrous neoliberal. But now it's even more so. Because, I mean, this guy, we don't even know what he's capable of. But it's a disaster. And like I said, everybody's going to roll over. So who's going to fight back? Well, the answer is we're going to fight back. So what will this Democratic Party, this new Democratic Party, what will actual progressives and liberals do moving forward? Well, first of all, we will always go on the attack. There will be no defense. There will be no defense in the playbook. Anything Donald Trump says, anything the Republicans say, anything other establishment Democrats say, that's accusatory of liberals and progressives. No. You flip it right back on them and you go on the offense. You want to know why? Because you are fucking correct. The things you believe actually coincide with what the overwhelming majority of the American people believe. You have the actual people in the country behind you, so you fight like that's the case. You fight like you're standing there and you got an army of millions of people behind you, and they're standing there and they got like 7 people. You want to know why? Because it's kind of true. You have more people on your side. So when they start accusing you, oh, you don't get how politics works, oh my God, you don't understand, we got to hold hands and sing Kumbaya, you say, no, you're wrong, you tried that and you got destroyed. We got no progressive priorities through that way. So now it's time for a Democratic Party that fights back and that bites. The second thing we're going to do, we stop taking corporate money. Not even an option, not on the table. I don't even care if we first change the rules. Okay, now we're going to change the rules to make it so that, we're going to limit money in politics or we're going to eliminate money in politics. I'm in favor of doing those things. We're going to fight to do those things. But we're not going to get it up front. We can't get it up front. It's already too fucking corrupt and it's already too flooded in the system. So what do? You rise up by talking about that issue, and you don't stop talking about it. Hey, by the way, have I mentioned I don't take corporate money? These establishment Democrats and Republicans take corporate money, so I'm principled. I'm going to represent you. They're all sellout puppet bitches. Did I stutter? You want me to say it again? You want to quote me on that? Their sellouts were for you. Their sellouts were for you. Guess who they're going to represent if they're taking money from corporate donors? Let me think about it. Not the people, the corporate fucking donors. So I'm here to tell you, this is a new kind of politician. This is a new day and age. I don't take corporate money. I want you to take your corporate money and shove it up your ass. I got no interest in it because I have a job to do for the American people. And if you give me money, well, then you're just distracting me from my job because I know the way the world works. If somebody gives you money, you're going to take that phone call. You're going to listen to their concerns. I don't give a fuck about your concerns if you're a corporation. I don't care about your concerns if you're a billionaire. That's got nothing to do with me. The people are my boss. So we're done. We don't take any more corporate money. None. Zero. None. And guess what? Every single speech I make, every interview I give, that's what I say. I don't take corporate money. I don't take corporate money. I don't take it. I never will take it. I'm against taking it. In fact, I think you're a sellout if you do take it. By definition, it is legalized bribery, and you're partaking in the system as you think you're above the system. So, in fact, it's even a little bit worse than just bribery, isn't it? Because at least when somebody's doing bribery, they know, we're kind of doing something that's fucked up. But this is legalized bribery, so they're bribed, but they make themselves feel better about it and tell themselves, pretty stories before they lay their head down on their pillow at night. We're done. We're done. No corporate money. No corporate money. And most importantly, as opposed to just, hey, look, man, we're going to go on the offense. Just like I told you, the first and most important thing is about this new movement. As opposed to just doing that, hey, we're just going to attack them for how shitty they are. You know what we're going to do? We are going to make it so that every single person in America knows what we stand for and knows, why, it's not even a question. You're going to vote for us. How do I know you're going to vote for us? Because we agree with you. So, we've covered it before. We've shown the poll on the show before. Vox, of all places, which was an outlet that was not very pro-Bernie Sanders. They were much more pro-Hillary Clinton. But they did a poll during the election, and they found out, holy shit, this guy's platform is so wildly popular, we've never seen anything like it. Universal health care, what is it? About 55% of the American people are in favor of it. Universal college, the overwhelming majority of Americans favor that too. Campaign finance reform. I mean, you go to other polls, a living wage. 80% of the American people want a living wage. They want no more trade deals. They want, to legalize marijuana. You go down the list of the different progressive priorities, the American people agree with almost all of them. I'm talking well over 80% of progressive priorities. The American people are like, yeah. And by the way, even on the ones where they don't agree, if somebody actually made a coherent argument for it, then they would agree. But nobody goes on the offense in the Democratic Party. Nobody goes on the offense because they're not actual progressives. They're not actual liberals. They're a front group for Wall Street and corporate America and the military-industrial complex, just like the fucking Republicans, which is why they get their ass handed to them by shitty candidates with 63% unfavorable ratings like Donald Trump. So you're going to make it, I want to make it so that every fucking toddler in the United States of America goes, oh yeah, those are the good guys. They're the ones fighting for universal health care. They're the ones fighting for universal education. They're the ones fighting to stop the legalized bribery in the system. They're the ones fighting for a living wage. They're the ones fighting to end the wars. You're going to know what we're for. And guess what we're going to be for? Common sense. We're going to be for you. So this is what happens. The liberals and the progressives, they are the only hope to beat back this populist wave from the right. Because guess what? The populist wave from the right in the form of Donald Trump, what are those people voting for? They're voting to end the neoliberal disaster that destroyed their lives, shipped their jobs overseas, gave them no hope. It's a mix of that and what else? Yes, the bigotry and the xenophobia and the authoritarianism. So what you need is a movement that kneecaps everything that they stand for economically. Hey, not only that, we're better than them. Donald Trump isn't going to fucking raise taxes on the rich. Donald Trump says, I want to do the Bush tax cuts 2.0. Well, 59% of Americans agree with us. They want to raise taxes on the rich. So you say, oh, you think you're an economic populist. No, we are the real economic populists. So all of your appeal on that front, gone. And guess what? There are more people in the country who aren't bigoted and xenophobic. And we're going to get those people on our side too. So I'm going to make a case. Every actual liberal in the country is going to be on our side. Every actual independent in the country is going to be on our side. And even some conservatives are going to be on our side. The conservatives who aren't too hot on the bigotry aspect of Donald Trump, who says, let's, ban 1.6 billion Muslims from coming into the country. Let's kick out all 11 million undocumented immigrants. There are a lot of Republicans who are like, okay, I'm going to overlook that, but vote for him because he's giving me an economically populist message and he's against the establishment. Well, what the fuck is he going to do when we're against the establishment? We are more economically populist and we're not bigoted. I'll tell you what he's going to do. He's going to fucking lose. they're going to lose. So this is where the Democratic Party goes from here. You go on the offense and you tear your opponents down. For fuck's sake, for example, they blocked a universal background check bill after the mass shooting at Sandy Hook where children were slaughtered. And what happened? The Democrats didn't even bring the bill back up. They fucking sat around for a few months. What are you going to do? Over 90% of the American people were with the Democrats. When you have 90% of people with you, if you can't get it passed, you are the most ineffectual, disgusting, shitty politicians I've ever seen. You give me 90% on any issue, I'll have it passed within a month. You want to know why? Because I'll let the Republicans know, oh, that's cool. If you don't vote for this, your career's over. Not even close. Because I'm going to go on the Sunday shows and talk about this so much that I'm going to have your voters voting against you because your voters are with me on this issue. Universal background checks. That's it. No, we're not going to do that. Oh, really? Then I guess you're in favor of more children being slaughtered like at Sandy Hook. Because we have the numbers that show, hey, when you do universal background checks, some percentage of fucking crazy people who shouldn't have guns don't get those guns. But you say, no, I want them to get the guns. I don't want to do a universal background check. That's nice. Say goodbye to your political career because I will crush you on this. I'll be out there saying, hey, call your Republican congressman and ask them why they're a fascist, why they want to override the will of over 90% of the American people. But this is the Democratic Party. They don't know how to do it. They got to go on the offense. They got to stop taking the corporate money. And they have to sell a message that is not just platitudes and cliches. That's all Hillary Clinton was. A candidate propped up by Wall Street and the military-industrial complex and Hollywood as she gave you cliches and platitudes. That's the truth. Stronger together, break down the barriers. Why doesn't anybody want to vote for me? Because the other guy, even though he's a monster, is out there saying, I'm against the corruption, I'm against the establishment, I'm going to stop shipping your jobs overseas, and I'm going to stop the wars. Yeah, nobody should even be surprised that guy won. So it's time to take the Democratic Party back for progressives and liberals. If you're an establishment Democrat, I need you to understand something. You're done. Your career's over. Get the fuck out of the way or keep losing. And this country can't afford for you to keep losing. So guess what? We're going to force you out of the way.